During a recent visit to Assisi, I chatted frequently with a British couple with whom I had shared a breakfast table at the guest house where we were staying. After 3 breakfasts, they realized I had already written a book about Saint Francis, and that the book happened to be available for purchase in the library of the guest house. On their last morning in Assisi, before this couple began the long trek hauling their bags to the train station, the gentleman asked if I would sign the copy of my book he had purchased from the library, which I was happy to do, and off they went. Then, as if in an afterthought, his wife quickly returned to tell me, with wetness in her eyes, "After speaking with you, I understand the feeling I had when I visited San Damiano." San Damiano is the small convent below town that Francis rebuilt and where Clare of Assisi lived out her days. I asked her, "What feeling?" She said, "I felt sadness there, almost as if someone had died." I probed my memory, trying to recall what I had said that had awakened such clarity on her part. I recalled faintly that I had shared with them how Saint Francis, near the end of his life, had been essentially kicked out of his own religious order, suggesting that the shifting tides of change were overtaking the idealism of his original vision. The British woman's words hung over me as I continued my research on St. Clare. By the end of my trip, I felt a similar sadness. I felt it when I stood in the Basilica of St. Clare, with its vaulted ceilings covered top to bottom in whitewash, with only a few partial glimpses of old frescoes underneath the white in random spots. The story of Clare must have certainly been told through the fresco cycles, as was the case of the Basilica of Saint Francis on the other side of town. This was the function and purpose of basilicas. Yet, if there had been any frescoes depicting Clare's life, they had been covered over. I overheard a tour guide explain it, saying that in the 16th and 17th centuries, during 2 separate outbreaks of the plague, the basilica had been turned into a hospital, and the whitewash was installed for hygienic and cleaning purposes. He added that there was no intention to restore the artwork underneath. Clare's story, he said, was hidden beneath the whitewash, and there it would remain. This made me sad.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?